meeting is being recorded.
Right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Today's topic is real estate marketing or introduction to real estate marketing. And we're going to cover research, where we're going to research pricing, different areas, and then research the MLS for information. We're going to talk about farming, and farming is, we'll get into farming. You guys, yeah, we'll get into it. And with farming, we're going to talk about budgeting, how to budget for farming. And we're going to talk about print marketing, email or digital marketing, and social media marketing. And then finally paid leads, we're just going to touch on that. So first we want to talk about building confidence, right? You get instant credibility knowing that you're with one of the biggest brands in the world, and Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties. Just Coldwell Banker brand is huge throughout the world. So that gives you instant credibility. We have the tools you need at your fingertips. So everything from a CRM to a marketing.
My coffee.
Sure, sure.
Sorry.
It's okay. Marketing things, your CRM, your website, everything you're gonna need, right? You have support. You have myself, you have Richard, you have John to help you with any. Let's see here. One second. All right. Moving on here. So if you guys ever have any questions with anything with real estate related, you guys can always come to me, Richard, or John, and we're always here to help. And you have peers, so peer probing. You have tons of other agents in the office that are open to you asking them questions, pick their brains. What I would suggest is look for one of the farming agents, offer to take them to lunch. Who doesn't like a free lunch, especially realtors? Realtors love free food. You guys are gonna get to know that. Offer to take them to lunch and then pick their brain. Ask them, hey, what did you do when you first started? What do you do now? What worked best for you? What are some mistakes that you made that maybe I should avoid? So little things like that. So ask questions. There's a bunch of realtors here that are happy to answer your questions. And most importantly, to be confident is become an expert in your area that you're going to be marketing. Know the market trends, know contracts, know the hot topics, what's going on now, like interest rates, right? If interest rates went down, they're probably going to be going down again in like December. So you guys should know all this stuff. So when people ask, that's the first thing, hey, how are interest rates, or how's the market? And everybody always asks how the market is, right? So you always say the market's great. You want to buy a house? Let's go. The first thing you should do is, everybody have one of these? Phone?
Yeah.
Do you have contacts in there?
Yes.
You should let everybody in your phone know that you're in real estate and that you joined Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties. And I have myself there. Make sure that you tell them you're with Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties. You ask them if you know of anybody, if you're thinking of buying or selling, you know of anybody that's thinking of buying or selling, please reach out to me. You can even, like it's someone like family members or close friends, offer them a referral fee. I'll give you $500 at close of escrow for any closing that any client that you send me after closing.
Oh, I thought it's just the law.
No,
I
no,
thought
it's a finder's fee. You can do that, but you have to pay it out of your own pocket. You can't pay. It could be a gift card, right? $500 gift card or something like that to Costco or to a Visa card, whatever it is. It's a gift, right? It's a finder's fee. Someone did you a favor and they referred business to you. They're not out recruiting for you. They're not out looking for business, but if they know of someone, it's a thank you gift.
Okay, what about the 25%? 25% is referral,
That's not for-
agent to
yes.
agent, right?
And it's not set in stone. It's not 20. It could be 20%. It could be 30%. It could be 50%.
I see.
It's whatever you
Between
need to-
agent to agent.
Yes, and there's a form for that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Reach out. So personal connections from your neighborhood, community organizations like churches, volunteer groups, book clubs, things like that. That's who you want to reach out to. That's your sphere of influence. Friends from college, from high school, places you've previously lived. Maybe, you know people from your local doctor or dentist or whatever it is. Let them know you're in real estate and let them know you're with Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties. Let's see. Talked about that. Try to reach out to them a few times a year. Maybe you can offer them like a CMA. Hey, would you like to know how much your home's worth? for free, I'm not gonna charge you, just even for you to get practice. And let them know that, hey, I need to practice, can I send you a CMA of your property? Like, just to let you know what it's worth. Who's gonna say no to that? So we're gonna talk about research. We're gonna research pricing and pricing for printing, right? Where there's gonna be different types of printing we're gonna do. We're gonna either print postcards, flyers, or door hangers, whatever you wanna do. You can do a combination of all three. You could do one, you could do two, whatever you wanna do, but postcards are mainly gonna be for mailing. Flyers are gonna be if you're handing out flyers, walking the neighborhood, and then door hangers, again, you're gonna hang them on the doors, on the doorknobs. So it's good to get pricing on that, and then mailing, if you're gonna do postcards, you wanna find out what it's gonna cost to mail. And then along with mailing, there's different options for that. There's EDDM, which stands for Every Door Direct Mail. There's bulk mail and there's first class mail. And the difference between the three, Every Door Direct Mail is sent out by carrier routes. And that is like, an example is when you see the mailman sorting through the mail, they're looking through, okay, this is for 3500 Rankin Parkway, here's all their mail. And then they have a stack of flyers, they grab the flyer, put it with the mail, put it in the mailbox. Go to the next house, they grab 3600 Rankin Parkway, all their mail, grab a flyer, put it in their mailbox. That's what EDDM is. And it's just a stack of flyers that they're gonna put along with the person's mail, the homeowner's mail. And it's separated by carrier routes. So in one zip code, there could be 3 routes, there could be 15 routes. So when you order the routes, you're gonna order it based on the neighborhood that you're gonna farm. And then you have to see how many routes are within that neighborhood. And it could be, I don't know, let's say there's 500 homes in the neighborhood that you wanna market. There could be 3 carrier routes in that neighborhood. So you have to make sure that you're selecting all 3 carrier routes that the flyers are gonna go out to. Anyway, that's the cheapest way of sending out, mailing out flyers. The more money.
What do you mean with carrier routes?
So when you go to the post office separates the neighborhoods into carrier routes. And so it could, one route could be 3 streets. One carrier route, another carrier route could be 1 street, another carrier route could be 1 street and then an L shaped on that street, and then like a big U-turn. So when you go onto the USPS website, there's under business tools, there's an EDDM tool. And it shows you a map, you type in the zip code, and it zooms into that zip code, and it shows you all the different routes. So if you click on one, it'll highlight it, it'll tell you how many homes are in that route. So if you're gonna market a whole neighborhood, you might have to select 3 or 4 different routes, and it'll tell you how many homes total,
So
and
you're
what it's
saying,
gonna cost to mail it.
I see, so you're saying there are 3 different postmen also delivering to each route?
No, that's just a route. It could be one postman
Oh,
delivering
okay.
all these different routes. The postman's still gonna go and deliver mail everywhere. But for marketing purposes, for Every Door Direct Mail, they break it up into routes.
Oh, I see. They,
Right.
for marketing and
Yes.
stuff, they do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's other reasons why, but that's what we're using it for here.
Right.
And that costs about, I think, 20 cents a piece to deliver, 19 or 20 cents to deliver that piece. If you use bulk mail,
Mhm.
let's go back to EDDM. EDDM is not gonna have the person's address on the flyer. It's just gonna say local postal customer. So whoever lives in the property is gonna get that flyer. Sometimes there's a renter there, so that means the homeowner is not gonna get the flyer. The renter is, the tenant is. Now, bulk mail, I think bulk mail costs about, I wanna say 36 to 40 cents, maybe 40 cents a piece to mail. And that one does have an address, and it's going to go to the whoever's address, the homeowner's address, whether they live in the property or not. So if I ask Mary at Lawyer's Title to give me a farm list for West Park, one of the neighborhoods here in West Park, it's gonna give me the site address, but it's gonna give me the mailing address. And sometimes the mailing address is not the same as the site address. That means it's a rental, right? It's going to all the mailing addresses. So you know that it's going directly to the owner, the decision maker, right? So it's gonna cost you a little bit more, but you can do bulk mail, and you can do that. I think there's a minimum of maybe 200 recipients. And then you have first class mail where, I don't know how much are stamps now, 60 cents? I don't know, but you put a stamp on the envelope or on the postcard, and you can send them out that way. So it's 3 different ways of delivering.
Does
Yes.
the bulk mail also have the name on it,
It does,
the owner's name?
yes, it has the name and their address. Yeah.
So for the first class mail, you do the cards or?
You can
does
have
it
it printed, but
name
you have to put a stamp on it.
yourself, but
Yes.
it had the name of the owner and the.
You would have to either write them on there or
Oh,
print labels and put them on, or the printing company can print the addresses on the postcards. Yeah. So what you would do is you would send the printing company the PDF or the flyer you want printed or the postcard you want printed, and then you're gonna send them the Excel spreadsheet of the addresses. And then they're gonna print it directly onto the
Yes.
postcard. You're also gonna research pricing for social media. What is it gonna cost to to create an ad and put it out there? To do target marketing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You're gonna get a bigger bang for your buck doing social media. You're gonna reach more people with less money. So if I wanna spend, or I could probably spend $100 on social media ads and cover, probably tenfold what I would cover if I were to mail something out. And I can have the campaign run for a week, and it's gonna cover maybe, I don't know, 5,000 people, 6,000 people within a certain area. Versus if I do EDDM, bulk mail, or first class mail, I could probably hit maybe 300-400 people for the same price. So you get more bang for your buck on social media, but it's important to do a combination of the two. And then you're also gonna research pricing for paid leads, whether that be Zillow, Truly, or Realtor.com. So there's different ways of, I guess, trying to get leads, right? There's the print marketing, and that's gonna consist of flyers, walking the neighborhood, mailing. There's social media to generate leads, and then there's paid leads where you don't have to go out and market it. They send you the leads. You're paying for them to send you leads. So let's move on here.
Why wasn't Redfin included in those?
Because Redfin doesn't give you leads, and you
They-
can't buy leads from them. They're a real estate company just like Coldwell Banker's a real estate
Oh,
company.
I see.
So what is farming? So in real estate marketing, farming refers to a strategic practice of focusing your marketing efforts. It's pretty much selecting the area and just riddling them with flyers, right? And you want to just be consistent about it for a long period of time. And then, so you're dropping seeds into the neighborhood.
They
And
get
then
to
you're
know
hoping that
you.
those seeds are gonna turn into business. That's pretty much what farming is, right? The key aspects of real estate farming are, there's geographical farming, and that's targeting a specific neighborhood, zip code, or subdivision. There's demographic or niche farming, so that's targeting a specific type of client or property type, or like first-time buyers. You could do income properties, you could do luxury properties, you could do specific only condos, whatever it is, right? Consistency is crucial, so successful farming requires regular repeated contact to build familiarity. So you want them to know who you are, right? The more flyers you send, the more postcards or social media that they see you on their feed, the more they're gonna associate you with being the expert in the area, and they're gonna contact you when they want to buy or sell. And the purpose is to generate listings, leads, and referrals from specific well-defined group. That's what it is. That's what it's all about, right? And what I tell new agents is that in this industry, you have to be an expert at three things: marketing, which consists of farming or social media, whatever you're gonna do. Know how to search CMLS and send out properties to your clients, do CMAs, things like that, become an expert in the MLS, and then the contracts, know the contracts. You wanna be able to explain them to your clients, send out the right contracts, do the e-signatures, all that stuff. Those are the three main things you're gonna need, right? And then within that communication, right, we have to be able to communicate with our clients, convey the message, negotiate, all those things that go in between. But the three main things are those three things. That's, I mean, as far as my humble opinion.
That's true.
Yeah. So why use real estate farming for your business? It builds brand recognition. So it associates you with Coldwell Banker. It's one of the biggest names, but people get to know who you are, right? Increases trust and credibility. And along with this, you have to send out accurate information. You have to send out pertinent information. You have to send out information that's useful to them, not just little recipes for little gardening tips. You have to give them real estate related information. It generates consistent leads and referrals, and Holden's gonna come over later on, towards the end of the meeting, or towards the end of the class and talk about how he's been consistent and it generates leads for him. He's been farming his areas for so long, and people just associate him with the guy to call in the neighborhood for real estate. Offers long-term return on investment. So it might take you a while to start getting calls and listings and buyers in that neighborhood, but if you keep at it, it's a long-term investment. I mean, people are gonna be calling you, referring family and friends to you. And let's move on here. What's the goal? To become the go-to expert in that particular market, right? You want to be the person that they associate with real estate. All right, let's go into budgeting. So, yeah, that's one of the things that, like, I wish that when you took real estate classes to pass your state exam and all that, that they would talk about these things, because a lot of realtors, new licensees come into the industry saying, oh, I have to spend money. It's like, yeah, with any business, you have to spend money to make money. But a lot of them don't realize, they see agents that just make it look so easy, driving around in a brand new Mercedes or Range Rover, whatever it is, and it's just so easy to get business. Oh, that person, they're not very smart. If they can do it, I can do it. Just a lot to it, right? And budgeting, spending money to make money is one of the things that you have to do. So here we're going to give some examples on planning for a budget. So we're going to decide on how much money you're going to allocate towards, let's say, for 1 year. All right, so let's budget. Let's put some money aside specifically for marketing for 12 months. We're going to calculate the printing and mailing costs, whether you're going to be mailing or walking the farm. And that's how we're going to determine how much you're going to allocate towards your marketing. Figure out the potential size of your farm based on your budget, when taking into account the cost of printing and mailing. So all these factors, all these things are going to factor into how much you're going to allocate towards marketing, right? Because you have to factor in your printing costs, and then if you're going to walk or if you're going to mail it, and then how many homes you're going to hit. So that's all going to. There's a formula there. We'll talk about this coming up here. And you have to be consistent. You want to send something out at least twice a month. So we have to now include that into the budget. Here's the first example. Let's say I'm going to walk the farm. I gave myself a budget of $6,000 for the year. That gives me $500 a month to use towards marketing. So that means if I'm going to send out 2 marketing pieces a month, each marketing piece has to cost me $250. I can't go over because that's what my budget is. So with that budget of $250 per mailer, let's see. So let's look at printing costs. If I was just to print flyers, and let's say that the average cost is 50 cents per flyer, I divide that, the 250 by 50 cents, that's 500 flyers approximately. We're going to give or take taxes and all that stuff. So that means that with the $250 budget, twice a month, I can hit 500 homes twice a month. And so my farm size would be 500 homes. I can hit 500 homes. Does that make sense? Okay. That's no mailing. That's just printing flyers and walking the farm. Do you guys think you can hit 500 homes twice a month walking? That's a lot of walking.
With exercise though.
Yeah. Okay, next example. Same budget, $500 a month, $250 per piece, twice a month. Now I'm going to mail it out via EDDM. So now I have to pay for printing and I have to pay for mailing. In this example, the printing cost for a postcard is 40 cents. It could be more than that. This is just the example we're using. And to mail it out, EDDM is 20 cents per postcard. So we're looking at 60 cents total per piece. So we're going to divide that into the $250 that we have. That equals approximately 470, let's just say 400 postcards, right? That are going to be mailed out. So now my farm size is going to be 400. So I can find an area that's around 400. So that way I can send 2 mailers a month. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. The next example is bulk mail. Same thing, same budget. To print the postcards, we're going to say 40 cents. And then to bulk mail to mail each piece is going to be 38 cents. So it's going to be a total of 78 cents approximately a piece to print and mail out, which is gonna take us to 321 postcards. So now my farm size is even smaller because it costs me more money. And I can mail to 321 homes, which is gonna be the size of my farm. So when I look for a farm, now that I know how much I can spend, this is how you're gonna decide where, how big your farm is gonna be, right? But what you could do is you can do a combination of the two things. You can walk the farm once if it's 500 homes, and then maybe you can mail out a postcard once a month as well. So that's two pieces going up. I mean, that works, right? Any questions on this? No, okay.
I have a question regarding farming, but I will let this
Okay.
finish.
I'm probably gonna talk about it along the way.
Probably.
Selecting a farm. How do you select a farm? We know how big our farm's gonna be based on our budget now, right? So how do you select a farm? Well, some things to consider is competition. Another thing to consider is turnover ratio. Another thing is familiarity or personal connection to the area. Is it your neighborhood? Is it where you live, where your family lives? Did you grow up in that neighborhood? Opportunity for growth. Are there other neighborhoods around it that you can branch off to after you've dominated this area? So the things to consider when researching for a farm is the number of homes, right? We know how many homes that we can afford to market to. So then we have to find an area that will accommodate that. You want to research owner occupied versus absentees. Is this a high rental area? Are these just like maybe all condos that are being rented out? Or is it a neighborhood where it's just where owners all live there, right? And this is information you can get from the title company. When you ask for a farm area, you'll know because, if the site address and the mailing address are all the same all the way down, you know that the owners are living there. Turnover ratio, I think 5% or higher is good. Even 4% is okay, but 5% turnover ratio is pretty good. Anything above that is great. So you want a neighborhood where people are selling. You don't want to find a neighborhood that you love, but nobody's moving because they love the neighborhood, right? And they don't move. You're just gonna waste your money there. So try not to pick a farm where nobody's leaving, nobody's selling. You want to research market share among other agents. Do you want to farm against an agent that's been there and out of the, let's say 15 sales that there were last year, that agent had 10 or 12 of them? So you're going up against a veteran and you're brand new.
You shouldn't do that then, right?
I wouldn't do it.
But most areas do have established,
Well, sometimes,
agents
here's the thing,
for
if you ask around, sometimes the people don't even like that agent. Because the agent could be such a prick. And that's just the neighborhood agent. And everybody's like, oh, that person will sell it. But when they have an option, whether you're new or not, you're pleasant, you're social and people like you. That could be a reason for, they trust you. That could be a reason for them to use you.
So we should do research on the established agent to see if people like.
If you're gonna be gutsy enough to go against that agent, yes.
Yeah,
Because there's some new agents that are like, I'll take them on. Hey, more power to you. If you want to do it, you think you can, go for it. But if it was me, I wouldn't go up against someone that's established and been there and they're entrenched in the community. And, they do neighborhood garage sales. They donate to the local schools. They farm. They do everything, right? I would not go with something like that. But if you pull up last year's sales or the previous year's sales, and there's out of the 15 sales, maybe there were 8 or 9 different agents that listed those properties, yeah, I'd go for it. Why not? Nobody's dominating it. So that's something to consider, something to research. Is there a dominant agent? We talked about that. So title companies are a great resource for identifying a potential farm. So I would reach out to Mary once you've identified a few different areas that you'd like to market or farm, and ask her to give you a snapshot. That gives you the turnover ratios. So let's say you have 2 or 3 different neighborhoods in mind. Ask her, hey, can I have a snapshot of these 3 neighborhoods that I'm considering farming? They can also give you an Excel spreadsheet of those farms that you can use to send to the printing company. You could upload them to there's a website here that I'm gonna talk about is Fact, that you can upload that Excel spreadsheet. And then they'll print and mail everything for you, Fact. Yeah, I'll show that to you guys a little bit later. They can print labels for you if you want to print the postcards and put the labels on and put the stamp on. They can print those labels for you with the homeowner's address. They can separate the list into owner occupied versus non-owner occupied. So if there's a farm of 500 homes and 3 of them are owner occupied, they can break the list into, give me the list of 300 and give me the other list of 200 separate, because you want to maybe market to them differently. Because 200 are renters. Let's try to get them, hey, first time homeowners, blah, blah, blah. Here's my message to you guys. And to the owners, hey, are you thinking of selling? Whatever, it's a different message, right? Specialty farm lookups, like you can break it up into single family homes, condos, multifamily. You can have her split it up into, hey, only send me a list of people that have owned for 10 years plus in this neighborhood, and I want to market to them because they have a lot of equity, right? So you can break it up in any which way. It's pretty cool. Any questions on any of this?
I did, what was the snapshots was for of their?
Turnover ratio. So it tells you how,
Turnover ratio.
yeah, turnover ratio. So like it'll tell you a percentage of how many homes sold compared to the number of homes in the area. So you want to know the market trends, know the community when you select that farm. That should be an expert. No, I said expect, it should be expert. So be an expert in your farm. So you want to research in the farm that you select. Let's say you've already sat down with Mary and you decided which area you're going to farm. You will want to be an expert in that neighborhood. So you want to know all the recent sales, and you can find that in the MLS. You want to research all the active listings, and you want to preview those listings. You previewed a listing the other day, right? And so all you have to do is just contact the agent or read the showing instructions, go preview the property. And that helps you because when you sit down with, let's say you're door knocking or delivering flyers and someone's thinking about selling their home, and then you can tell them, oh yeah, your layout is just like the one that's listed over there, except yours looks better because I've been in that one, and now you have firsthand knowledge of what that home looks like, right? And any upgrades, and oh, the pictures look better than the actual home is in person, or whatever it is, right? So you have firsthand knowledge of that. You want to research tract and floor plan models. InsideTract.com, we talked about that before. Research, let's see, know the community information, know the HOA amenities, know the HOA fees. How many HOAs are there? There could be 1, there could be 2. Know the schools in the neighborhood. So all these things are going to make you an expert in that neighborhood. And InsideTract.com, again, floor plans, it'll show you the street maps, tract maps, beds, bath square footage, number of homes in that tract. So this is a great resource here. Content. Now that you budgeted, now you know how big your farm is going to be. You narrowed it down to a few farms. You selected your farm. Now you're an expert in that farm because you know what the HOA fees are, how many HOAs, community, the schools, everything about that neighborhood, how many homes sold, how many are on the market, everything, right? Now what do you send out? You guys have any ideas what to send out? Market update's a good one. Any other ideas?
Real estate terms, like prompts,
Yeah,
real estate laws.
yep, things like that. Well, you guys don't know. Other than that, let's show you here. So market updates, that's number 1. I feel like Family Feud, right? Number 1. So the first one that I have up here is market updates. You want to inform them of what's going on in the neighborhood and market updates. I would send, out of the 2 flyers a month, I would send one of these out every month and show them what sold the previous month. Gives them an idea of how much homes are selling for and how long they're on the market for, things like that. You want to send out the just listed? That's pretty good. You can, if you don't have any listings, you can ask one of our agents here at the office if you can market their listing. Hey, is it okay if I market your listing in my neighborhood? the listing belongs to Coldwell Banker, not to the agent. Because they're signing with Coldwell Banker, even though they're signing with you as their agent. So ask somebody, can I market your property? Sure, they're not gonna say no. I just sold, same thing. One of the other agents just sold a property. Hey, is it okay if I advertise you to just sold? Why would they say no? As long as you don't say that you just sold it. Don't say, Melissa just sold this property here. No, we just sold, Coldwell Banker just sold. Open house announcement. If you're gonna do an open house for someone, you can walk the neighborhood and invite people to the open house. You've done it, right? Newsletters. The newsletter can consist of real estate articles, I don't know, mortgage rates, laws, a bunch of different, combination of different things, right? You can even include the market update in there. You can send out, I have a buyer flyer. And this is, this is funny. A lot of realtors send out, I have a buyer looking to buy your house in your neighborhood, and it's BS. They don't have a buyer. But this is kind of to trigger homeowners that are like, oh, I'm thinking of selling, but I don't want to put it on the market. I'm gonna call this agent and see, if their buyer wants to buy my house. And then when the seller calls the agent's like, oh, so what model do you have? Oh, my buyer's not looking for that one, but, so you're thinking of selling, huh? Would you like to list with me? So it's one of those type of things. But if you do have a buyer, sometimes you have a buyer that's looking in a particular area. And let's say you look in the MLS and there's no properties available in that neighborhood. What you can do is you can send out a flyer to that neighborhood, even though you're not farming the neighborhood, send out a flyer to the neighbor, say, hey, I have a buyer that's looking to buy in your neighborhood, but make your buyer sound real. My buyer, they're moving in from out of the area, they're moving here for the school district. They want their kids to go to this particular school, they're looking for a single level, whatever it is, make them look as real as possible. So that way you stand out from all these liars, they're sending out flyers, right? Yeah, move on. Contests or drawings, these are pretty cool because you can start collecting email addresses and phone numbers, right? So when you, let's say you walk the neighborhood with a flyer with a contest for like, what's coming up here? November, so Thanksgiving. You can give out $100 gift card towards your Thanksgiving feast to Ralph's or whatever it is, right? Just enter here. So people are going to email you their contact information, their email address, their entry. Hey, enter me into the contest. Guess what? Now you can start creating a database of email addresses and phone numbers. So you can email market to them as well. So you're not only going to be on the social media feed and in their mailbox or on their doorstep. Now you're going to be in their email as well. So that's free marketing. It's costing you upfront, but now you have that email address and phone number. And then that's another marketing piece. You can market the contest, but you can market the winners. Take a picture with them, giving them the gift or whatever it is. And then, hey, here's the winner. And then the neighbors will be like, oh, hey, I know that's real. They didn't lie. They did actually give a prize out. So again, community, right? Holiday greetings, if there's a holiday that month, hey, happy holidays or Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving, whatever it is, you can include that message along with whatever information you're sending out. And if you don't have anything to send out that month, just big giant Merry Christmas or Happy 4th of July, whatever it is, right? Whatever the holiday is. There's a holiday almost every month. Self-promoting flyer. This is great because you can promote the services that you provide. I work with sellers, I work with buyers, I work with investors. You're looking to buy a house, sell a house, invest in a house. I can rent out, I can work with landlords, tenants, 1031 exchange, whatever it is, reach out to me. Or on the self-promoting, you can even say, if you've sold a bunch of listings or what properties, whatever, oh, I've sold, represented so many families in Orange County, whatever it is, right? You just keep adding to it. Community information. What would be community information? Maybe something going on in the community that maybe the HOA's throwing a party or whatever it is, you can help promote that as well within the community. Prop 19, I don't know if you guys were here for Mary's, Rich's class on Prop 19. You can promote information on that. You did a flyer on that. Did you get any responses?
No.
Okay, hey, but
Not yet.
not yet, but it's good. You sent out.
It was a good flyer.
Yeah, it's really good. I liked it. Offer something of value. You can offer, hey, contact me for a free CMA. Are you curious about how much your home's worth in today's active market or not so active market? contact me, I can get you a free CMA. Or are you wondering how much you would net on your property if you were to sell it today? Not how much you'll sell it for, how much you're gonna net at closing. Because everybody tells you what you're gonna sell it for, but sometimes people don't know, well, yeah, I can sell for that much, but how much am I gonna net out of it? I still have a loan on it, I know that there's broker fees, there's closing costs, what am I gonna walk away with? You can do a free net sheet. And we talked about that the other day on the Lawyers Agent One app. You can just pull that information up. I mean, pretty easy. You can offer a class. Do a garage sale, neighborhood garage sale. Actually, this guy, oh, come on in, Holden.
One last weekend.
He just had one last weekend. Look, we just got to the garage sale section of it.
Oh.
So Holden just had a garage sale on 2 of his communities that he farms, and he's having another one this Saturday on his third farm area. And Holden, how do people respond to that?
Garage sale, they're great, it's great thing to do. What can I tell you?
But you go around and meet all the people that are participating, right?
Yes, I go to each home participating. And give them a bag that we prepare with a lot of food treats in it and my business card. And okay, I will say, so what I do is with each home participating, I give them all of these things, I shake their hand, hi. I'm Holden Bowersock, your neighborhood realtor. Remember that phrase, your neighborhood realtor. If you're ever looking to sell or lease your house, give me a call. I say this over and over and over, year after year, same thing. Oh, hi, blah, blah, and then take a picture with them in front of everybody, okay? And in front of all of their things on their garage, everyone that's there, if it's a family, come all together, guys. We take a nice big picture, every house, and then I'll put together a flyer with all the pictures of the people in the houses and distribute that over the neighborhood, say Holden's garage sale is a success, right? Which brings us back to the marketing. We'll get to know who you are, right? So, yeah, that's what I.
And these are people you wouldn't normally be able to get in front of, because when you drop off flyers, they're not home, they're at work.
Yes, that's the thing, like, that's exactly true. I don't knock on doors. If you do, God bless you, you're better than me. But I, because that's great, but I put flyers on people's doors. And then, most of the time you don't meet them, sometimes you do. But with the garage sale, like this last one I did last weekend with College Park and Colony, I had a bunch of different people sign up than you usually see, people that I've dropped flyers off at their door for years but never really met, so that was very productive. Yeah,
So what Holden does is he promotes the garage sale, the neighborhood garage sale, 2 to 3 months in advance. So on his flyers that go out, he's saying, hey, remember to sign up, register for the garage sale. And then what he does is he promotes it on all these different websites to bring traffic through to the neighborhood. So he tells them, hey, I'm gonna promote, bring buyers in, you guys tell me if you're gonna participate. And then he plots all the different participants on the map. And then he prints flyers so that when people drive up, they can take a flyer, and then it shows them what homes are participating, so they can go around the whole neighborhood and find the people having garage sales. So that's pretty cool.
since you've said that, I got a couple secrets that make my garage, other real estate agents do garage sales, but mine are much better, and I'll tell you why. The maps that we do, which I put at every entrance to the tract, College Park, there's 3 entrances, the Colony, there's 2. Which show everyone that's called me. So the front side of the map is geographical of how the tract looks, and it's got points with numbers on it. Each number corresponds to a person's name a person's
To the
address,
address.
person's address on the back. So they look at the map and they can see all the houses that have signed up. You folks understand? So that's very helpful. But it's something that I've learned to do. I pay for certain sites that I found work really well. Internet, everything's internet. So internet advertising for shoppers. It's a lot of agents I've seen, they set up the garage sale on a few sides and just expect people to come. Well, from my experience, it doesn't work like that. Maybe you'll get 2 or 3 people. The way I do it, sometimes we get blocks of cars and a lot of cars. And I actually am able to target, though my garage sales start at 7. Anyone that's doing this, I can help you. I'm able to target from other cities in Orange County, population that comes at 6 a.m. usually with big
Yeah,
trucks.
people with big trucks that come.
Yeah, buy a lot of stuff. Because I put on certain internet boards, which costs money. It costs me, it's not that much, but it costs money. And everyone sees it. And these people with these big trucks that come, there's people that are looking for garage sales all the time. And I even get calls from them when they post all this. And they see this advertising that I'm paying extra for. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing this. I found that really makes a big difference. And then, guys, the homeowners, oh my God, we sold all our stuff. This is wonderful. So that's a big deal. So it's not just putting up the signs, I'm doing both sides of it. I'm double ending the brush.
Well, I mean, usually when someone has a garage sale, they put the signs up themselves and they have like garage sale all by themselves in the neighborhood. But this is cool because everybody's on the same page on the same day, bringing their stuff out and Holden's bringing traffic through, buyers to get rid of their crap.
Yes, and I do this twice a year, and for some reason, most of the same people accumulate enough crap
Yeah.
every time.
That's my garage. I have a bunch of crap in there I gotta get rid of. My wife.
We're gonna move you to College Park.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, it's once a
How
year.
many people participated in this last?
Last weekend was the least I've ever had. Normally when it's been good, it's been 30s, 40s. Last weekend was it low 20s? If even
Yeah,
that?
for each of the neighborhoods.
Yeah, I had the most in the colony.
Yeah.
I had a lot in the colony, so it was a weird thing. And then we're doing Green Tree this Saturday. I've got over 20, which I'm newer at that place. So with the number of homes there, that's not bad. So that's what you're looking at. But when the homes are all around the track, to everyone going through there, they're like, oh my God, there's houses everywhere. Open.
Since you're here, we talked about contests and drawings.
Oh,
So how does that work for you? The
content
drawings that you do?
in.
Yeah, when you give out like remember you were giving out like iPads and things like that? And then gift cards.
Oh. Yeah. That's so that's a great thing to do in your farm. When you have drawings and you give out, okay. A good way to do that is for the holidays, like I would do Holden's Thanksgiving dinner drawing, okay? Or what were some of the other ones I do per the holidays? But
You did Mother's Day one?
oh, yeah. But with the Thanksgiving dinner drawing, like I go to Ralph's, a local Ralph's, and I get one of their Thanksgiving dinner tickets. I buy it. I forgot how much it costs. And then the winner, I give it to the winner and take pictures with them. You always take pictures with these people, put them on flyers.
What do you require them? Like just give you their email address or what does it take to enter into the drawing?
Well, I'm doing the farming in the neighborhood, and so they have to contact me to enter. So I try to make it as accessible as possible, because I've noticed with different age groups, some of the homeowners are older, some are younger, which is probably the case in every farm. And I've noticed that certain demographics of the homeowners might not be as good on the email stuff as calling me up or sending a ticket in, so I'm gonna make it as
So
accessible.
some call and some email.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And yeah, that's how we go. And then the winners are so happy and so grateful. And I just I give a quick example. I remember a property, remember that one on May 10th? several, well, I wasn't, okay, guys, it was in 2017, sorry. But I've known these people since they moved in there way earlier than that. And I remember they won one of my drawings and we connected. And I always kept after that in contact with them. And there was another realtor, very competitive in that area that they had known. And I just, they used me to sell. It was quite an honor. That's an example. They win the contest, you keep in touch with them. Yeah, but it's the marketing and face to face. And can I say something?
Sure.
I noticed that like when I'm doing the foot farming, and I tell you something, everyone's gotta do what they can do. And you don't have to do my schedule, you can do another schedule, it's fine. But when you're walking around, which from my experience, if you want this, do it. But this is the way I do it. They see you when you don't see them out of their windows.
See on
They
your ring
see
camera.
you. Nowadays, they do. And
They see you out there working though, you know,
Yeah.
you're out there every day, like all the time,
Yes.
they see you.
You know what I do with the ring cameras now? Because this is kind of new. Remember? This is, now everyone's used to it, but it's kind of a newer thing. I always turn around the ring cameras. I look at them, I smile, I wave. They see it.
You send out about 3 or 4 marketing pieces a month, right?
Yeah. You bombard them. Too much is good. Too much is good.
When you're starting out, you're probably good with two a month. And then once you start making money, you can start increasing it.
You know, when I started, if I could say this, I did College Park only. And I was foot farming. There's 838 homes in the whole tract. And I was doing it. The way that I went with my farming, whatever track I'm doing, because I do several tracks now, I hit every, I take 2 weeks. I break it up into 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I've hit every home. When I was doing College Park originally, I was hitting every home twice a month for a long time.
So what he does is he breaks it up. Let's say he's gonna take 2 weeks to farm it. He splits up the neighborhood into sections. And on Monday, he'll do this section, Tuesday, he'll do that section and so forth, all until he finishes the 2-week process of dropping his flyers. That's pretty cool. So that way you don't have to worry about like, oh God, how many am I gonna do today? It's like, it's already predetermined if you break it up that way.
With your flyers, do you do, when you walk, do you do door hanger or just a piece of paper in a mailbox? What kind of,
It's
When you
illegal
walk-
to put paper in the mailbox. We can't put it in the
Oh,
mailbox. It's
okay.
illegal. Me personally, I hang them on their door.
so you do the ones that is door hanger with the hole in it or the ones that has a, what is it, elastic thing?
Either is perfect. I attach rubber bands on
Rubber bands,
it.
yeah.
So that's what I do, so it can go on their door.
Uh-huh.
And I do see other agents sometimes, that farm that just leave them on the driveways. That they'll just leave the flyer in front of the house.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, in
garbage.
front by the door, yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
But when I put it on their door, whether they like me or not, they have to take that flyer off there, and if they put it in the trash, they have to look at it as they're putting it in the
Yes,
trash.
yeah, I think it's the most effective is the rubber band one. I've done it for elections
Yeah,
and I think it's a good idea. Politicians do that, rubber band style.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So when you started farming, you just started, let's say you pick College Park. Was there an established agent already there farming for a number of years when you went in, started farming that neighborhood?
Yes.
So you didn't care, so what you
Yes.
did is you said, okay, I'm just like, he can farm, I can farm, right? It didn't prevent you from not farming the area because there was already an agent established for a number of years in the neighborhood.
No, I wasn't looking at it like that. You farm an area that you love. Why do you love it? I don't know.
Yes,
But you love it.
that's exactly my thinking. Thank
It's
you for saying
emotional.
that. That's what I was thinking. It's emotional and it's areas you like to farm, you enjoy walking it. You enjoy talking to people, you pick few, and you don't care if there are other established agents.
Yeah, but
Thank you for saying that.
so one thing about that though is
That's
you also
something.
wanna make sure that there's a good turnover ratio. Cause you might
Oh,
love the area,
turnover, yeah.
you
but
might
there's
love it,
no
but if
turnover.
nobody's selling, like, yeah, it's a nice place to walk, but you're not gonna make any money. So there's other things that you have to consider, not just, I love this area.
Yes, yes,
That's true. Can I say one thing?
please.
Holden fell in love with two areas that he's like, I'm gonna get business out of here, and it didn't work out for him. Right?
Oh, the ones
Sometimes-
I left?
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna start farming an area and there's something that's gonna tell you you shouldn't because, but you're gonna fight and say, I'm gonna break in, and then you should have just listened to yourself because you just wasted all that money.
But you know what, do real estate marketing is a long-term investment. It never turns out.
Yeah.
Or nothing, it just decides.
Here's the thing, there's,
Especially now.
so. I'm Hispanic American, right? I speak English, I speak Spanish. If I start marketing in an area that's Chinese,
Yeah, it's not a good.
it's not gonna work out for me.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right? And I know that going in, but if I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I don't speak the language, I don't care if they look at me like I'm gonna do it. And I know that it's not gonna work out, and I still go in and do it. I knew it wasn't gonna work out, right? So that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I totally understand what you're saying, but Irvine is different because every track. There are different nationality, Chinese,
Yes,
Indian.
But there are some that are dominated more, and then not, and not, this is not being discriminated.
Yeah, sure,
But-
I understand
But
that.
usually Chinese,
They like
owners
to
like to
work.
work with Chinese.
Yeah.
And like Indian like to work with Indian, and you know, and so
Sure,
forth.
sure.
But there's some people that they don't see it like that at all, right? There's some
Yeah.
people like, oh, I'll work with anybody. But predominantly, I guess if we look
I see
at,
what
if we
you
look at
mean.
history, a Chinese agent's gonna do great in a Chinese neighborhood.
Yeah,
Because they can speak the language, not just that
Yeah.
culturally, they understand how to approach somebody and, you know, how to
sure.
how to interact with them. So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
You're just so right.
Yeah.
So right, what he's saying.
I know, but it's also difficult.
I come from the old school where it was taught farming an area. There's buyer's agents and there's listing agents. And I was determined to become a listing agent. And that's what we're talking to you about. Because there's more money that can be made,
Sure.
I believe, in dominating a farm. That's how I went into it. I think it took me 2 years to get a listing in College Park. That was the ferocity.
But you stayed with it.
I stayed with it. Again, there were some areas that I didn't, but that's a whole other thing that is for another point. You get your farm, that's your life, that's everything. And I mean, in my opinion, that's, if you want to be successful, that's how to do this business.
That's exactly
Sorry.
what I have been thinking. I'm glad you come.
Yeah.
Because some of the other stuff I hear is a new and stuff like that. As you were talking, I keep telling them, can't do it. That's not for me, that's not for me. You know
What's
what I
not
mean?
for you?
I mean, a lot of these marketing style of stuff, I'm very old fashioned.
This is,
That's
everything
my
that we're talking
style.
about is what he does.
Well, I know, but some of this stuff, I think farming, giving yourself at least 1 or 2 years,
Yeah.
passing flyers, walking in the neighborhood, I believe in that. Because you may come across people.
And that's exactly what this is all about.
I know,
And everything
but
that we're
some-
talking about is exactly everything that he's doing.
I know, I can't name it now, but some of this stuff, I just kept saying, oh,
Yeah.
I can't do that, that's not for me, I don't like.
And
it.
that, and
I
you know
don't
what, and
like
not,
that
and not
style. You
everyone's,
have to find your
yeah,
own.
and not everyone's gonna
style.
be able to do it, that's the thing. That's
Right.
why we're talking about different types of marketing. This is print marketing, we're gonna touch on social media marketing, but we have a whole separate class that Cecilia does on social media marketing. And then if you don't want a farm market, then you can do paid leads. So there's different forms of generating leads.
You have to find what
Right,
works the
right.
best for you.
Yes,
Because
and there's some
unless
people that
you're
can knock on
comfortable-
doors.
Yeah,
We have, okay, you guys know Carrie, right? She's not here today. She door knocks. she's newer, she's door knocks and she just got a listing like a week ago because she door knocks.
Personality.
But not everyone's gonna be able to door knock, that's the thing, right? I don't wanna knock on someone's door because I don't like when people knock on my door.
Yeah,
It pisses me off, so I'm not gonna go and do that, but there's some people that are okay with it. So they're gonna probably get a listing because they knocked on the door.
Yeah.
And then maybe someone's gonna get a listing because they dropped off flyers, and maybe someone's getting a listing because they did social media marketing, and then someone liked their social media, whatever it is. There's different ways of doing this, and
Yeah, but-
it's not just one way.
Sure, Carlos, my
Yes.
point is, every agent to be successful, they have to do what they're comfortable with. They like it, they have a passion for that style, because if you don't, it just, I think, is waste of your time. So you gotta figure out what is that, or will be willing to do it every week, or I'm
I have
willing
to disagree
spend
with that,
money
I think that
every
you have to, you have to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Because sometimes it's not gonna work for you, and you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if you're put in a position where someone's asking you about the market and you're not comfortable answering, well, guess what? You're in the industry where you have to answer them, you have to, I'm not comfortable talking to people, but this is the business, you have to talk to.
Well,
You know?
in real
Yeah.
estate, if you can't talk to people, I'm sorry, you
Right.
don't have that talent of communication, you
Right.
shouldn't be in this business.
Right.
Cause it's all about communication.
But there are people that are like that do really well.
Really?
Yes. So there's different types of personalities. My point is that there's not one specific type of
Sure.
personality that everyone can do great in this business, but
Yes.
you use your strengths, right? And sometimes you have to do things that you're not gonna be comfortable with
Yes.
to make money. And that's, I mean, I think those, hold it. He goes out and he farms when it's raining, when it's 100 degrees outside. It doesn't matter when it's windy, he's out there. You think he's comfortable doing that?
Yeah,
No.
no, but that's a
Thank
style, I
you.
think is very effective. That's my style.
I call him the mailman, because the mail must
Yeah.
go through no matter if it rains or
I
shines.
know the mailman,
Yeah,
because I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
them,
see
and
them
they're
all the
carrying my
time.
flyers.
Yeah.
but again, sometimes you have to do something that you're not comfortable with, like, I don't wanna go in the
Mhm.
rain, you know, like, I hate the rain, but that's awesome.
Thank you so much. I do it to stick to a schedule, because I would like to say,
Sure.
part of my thing is, and I've already done this for next year already. And when I first started up until, it's very difficult. I couldn't figure out even how to spend another week in this business without a calendar for the next year. So that's what I do, because too much stuff starts coming at you. It's.
And you have to stay on track, no
Yeah,
matter
that's
what's
it.
going on.
You have to stay on track. So my calendar, basically, the first things I put on it right now, I have it for all of next year, is the sections I farm and the days that I farm them, from January 1st to December 31st. I'm not great, nothing like that. You should do it too. It's some form of organization or you're screwed. I mean, at least for me, maybe not you, but I highly recommend it. So you have a count, I put first my foot farming comes first. For me, there is foot farming and then everything else in the business, including listings, but not before the foot farm. That's what I do the first thing in the morning every day. Otherwise, it's like you don't eat during the day. I'm comparing it. You have to, or you have nothing. And then stuff starts coming.
Do you perform every day?
Yeah, no, Monday through Friday, I do. And sometimes something comes up, you miss a morning and I'll do it if I have on a Saturday or Sunday. Like that, I don't miss one.
How long do you do that for? 1 hour,
It
2 hours?
depends on the area and what's going on in that proximity. It's a certain, I don't pay attention to the time, I pay attention to the number of homes I do.
Homes you cover, yeah.
Exact homes I do.
Mm.
So you don't know. And guys, I tell you something, you're out there, this happens. Someone pulls you aside and starts talking to you, sometimes about nothing. And you smile and a half hour goes by.
Yeah,
And they get to know you and you haven't barely spoken about real estate.
And you guys see what he's got on his shirt there? That tells people he's a realtor?
Oh, this one?
Yeah. You can purchase these on my CB desk. And the name badges tells them who you are, who you're with. And they have the magnetic ones, or they have the ones that have the pin on the back. But you walk around with your badge and people know who you are.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
So-
it.
So this is my first time wearing it, by the way. You know what? Every time I'm sitting in
Good
open
for
house,
you.
I'm thinking, damn, I forgot to buy the name badge again. So now I'm not gonna forget, I have it. You just got yours too?
So how do you dress up
Nice.
for your farming? Just like that, okay, you don't go with the sports.
Let me tell you
clothing,
why, let me
casual.
tell you why, different people have different opinions, I'm not sure where Carlos stands in this, let me tell you why, because you see and meet people. And it's a first impression, pardon me for I'm not a person that wears glasses, so sorry for me. Usually they see you, you meet them, that makes an initial impression on them, like it or not. And I want my impression to be real estate agent. I'm only here to sell your house, make you money. I don't like you, you don't like me, I don't care. That type of thing. So that's why I could never dress down to be in front of people.
Wow, that's difficult farming with.
Why?
It's just because you sweat or it's raining or.
You don't
your
have to-
shoes, like if I'm a woman, I have to wear what kind of a.
You don't
flat
have
shoe
to
I
dress
wear.
up, you just have to put yourself there. Don't dress up, dress down for farming, just do it.
Okay, just do it, okay,
This is me.
okay, so it is possible dress down, but very
Yeah.
nicely, right?
All right, here's some other things you can send out, personal greeting cards, maybe like a happy anniversary purchase of your home. Or you met somebody while you were farming, and then they tell you, yeah, my son or daughter just graduated from college. Send a greeting card, say, hey, it was nice meeting you, by the way, congratulations again for your daughter graduating from college, or whatever it is, so like little things like that. And nobody does greeting cards anymore, so when you, come on, you guys all, when you receive a card in the mail, someone took the time to write something, whatever, and mail it to you, that feels good. Because that person took the time out of their day to do that. Another thing you can send out is sports schedules last the duration of whatever the season is for that sport. I think in baseball, it's 6 months. So if you have a Dodgers or Angels schedule you send out, people keep that on their fridge, it's got your contact information on it. Football season's great. So sports schedules are good, people keep them. Daylight savings, remind them, there's a time change coming up, just remember to, either move your clock forward or back. Most people have like, I guess that's not gonna be relevant anymore because most people have smartwatches now. Anyway, some people still have clocks, so you can send that out as, part of your marketing. You can send, if you're gonna work with investors, you can send out letters to investors. That's what my thing was. I used to work with income properties, 2 to 4 unit properties, and I would mix it up between postcards and letters. And there's no particular form for that because all the investors live in different areas, right? Different cities. I would market to the city of Orange for any 2 to 4 unit investors, owners. And again, the letters is where work better for me because they'd have to open the letter. Who's this? Who sent me this letter? What's it about? And I would get more responses on letters that I sent to investors versus postcards, because a postcard is just, you just throw it out. When you send a letter, they have to open it. Because it could be a bill, it could be an offer, it could be anything, right? So working with investors, that worked best for me. So these are all different ideas that you can use to send out. And then what Holden alluded to, the calendar. If you set up your calendar, like on the first of the month, I'm gonna send out the market update for the previous month. What's sold in my neighborhood the previous month. And then on the 15th, I'm gonna send out a newsletter or maybe a new law, whatever it is, right? That'll be my second one. And then the blue stuff is, let's say, social media. On Monday, 2 Mondays a month, I'm gonna post something, 2 Wednesdays a month, I'm gonna post something. So then you create your calendar like this, right, for your print marketing and your social media marketing. You can even add email marketing if you have a bunch of emails. But that's an example. He sets it up for the whole year. You set it up on December, right, for the next year?
January, when I do it?
Yeah, for the whole year.
Usually I start doing it in October,
Okay.
that's just me, but I mean, it's really keeps me.
And you set it up on Google Calendars, right? So
Yes,
it just
I
pops up to
do.
remind you, hey, you gotta do your flyer.
Yes, I do.
No matter what's going on,
Thank
it
you.
reminds you.
Yes.
So that's really cool. All right, so next thing here, like, here's an example of just listed, just sold. This is a just listed flyer. It has the property information and then the mailing portions on the back. And then this is one of Holden's flyers,
Wow.
just sold. And then market update. This is what Shweta sends out to her neighborhood. It's got the type of home, the property address, bedrooms, baths, square footage, the sold price per square foot, sold price, date sold, and then days on market. That's all really good information. It gives you an idea of how long, what the average is of days on market. It gives them an idea how long is it gonna take to sell my house. And how much are the 3 bedrooms selling for? Let's see. That one sold for 666. Oh, damn. 666. It's not good. That was a long time ago. That's an old flyer. Here's another example. This is Holden's. He sends out his market updates. It's the middle section of this flyer. That's what sold the previous month. And then on the top, it's an opportunity to post his listings or sales.
Can I just explain something real quick? This goes out twice a month in the mail. This isn't one.
Well,
that's put on-
that's once. That's a market update.
I'm sorry, the market update goes out once a month, but I do 2 of these flyers that go out in the mail a month. And this is not Foot Farm, this is a mailer.
Is that like a postcard?
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit bigger than a postcard, that's exactly what.
Yeah, this is one of the 2 postcards he mails out a month, in addition to his foot farming flyers.
You have a large marketing budget, right?
You have to
Can you,
assimilate all that.
yeah, can you tell me on the average range for someone like you being in the business?
Are you gonna ask about cost?
Yeah,
I have to
One
look that
thing.
up, I have record.
no, I just mean a range for a successful agent, what is it, $1,000 a month or 2,000 or 500 or?
I have to look at it, it's sometimes it's a few thousand and more, I have to look at it. Yeah, but I've been doing this a long time, that's not where you start.
No,
Yeah.
I understand that,
Yeah.
I'm just curious, a successful agent, how much pays?
Yeah. And there's different aspects of marketing and they get changed sometimes and everything, nothing is constant, everything changes, including that.
Here's an example of the time change flyer, reminder to change the time at clock. An example of a newsletter you can send out like this one. The article is the importance of home inspectors, and it's an article on why you need a home inspector for the sale of a property. Other informational, you can send out new laws. A local directory. Local directories are cool because people are gonna keep that. It's gonna have, you wanna have something like the number to the local police station, the local hospital, local poison control, the schools, the hospitals, all that stuff. And then at the bottom, your neighborhood realtor, you. And
It
trust,
goes in magnets.
yeah, with the magnet, yeah, they're gonna keep it. They're gonna put it on their fridge. This is one of those things that definitely works. Floor plan information, services you provide, we talked about that. Mortgage rates, you can include mortgage rates on your flyer. Vesting descriptions, this is something from the title company. It shows them different ways of holding title and what the difference is between each one.
Who has that?
Mary, you can contact Mary, yeah, with lawyer's title, or any title company,
No, I mean, does any agent in the office have that?
I don't know.
That information, listing descriptions?
If you ever ask Mary.
Well, she doesn't like me much, so I have to find paper.
So other flyers like the contest, this is an example of Holden's garage sale flyers.
Oh,
You don't do this entry section anymore, now you just have them email you, but you used to use that where they can mail it in.
yeah, that's a garage sale, and this, look at, this was my, okay, can I say something, Carlos? See this? People, it gets people's attention, who the hell would do that? Is this guy serious? That kind of thing, you know?
You can create your own brand, so like specific colors, so Zach's using orange, right? That's
Yeah,
figured.
yeah.
So they know that anytime there's an orange flyer, it's gonna be Zach, because who uses orange flyers, right? The example I gave before was like if you use maybe pink and blue or something, they know that anytime they see that pink flyer, it's gonna be you, right? So you associate that color with your branding. You can create an agent logo. This is what Mike Dunn uses. He has the whole James Bond thing going on.
That's
You can
great.
use a tagline like I sell dreams is one example. There's another agent here that uses I'm the real estate matchmaker. So like, you know, tagline that you can use that people will know you by. A specific template, Zach, that's your colors in your template that, you know, people are used to seeing. Niche markets, you can, another thing is you can specialize on like If you know someone that's in the military, family friend or whatever, market to them and all their friends, teachers, doctors, nurses, they have a big network of people that are close to them that they trust, so, or that trust them. So if you get in with one of them, they'll refer you business all the time. A personality, you could be the investment agent. I work with investment properties or investors. I work with luxury properties. I'm the luxury agent. The agent that's involved in good causes or, you know, neighborhood, getting involved with the neighborhood and in the community. So community involvement, now that we're talking about that, sponsor a community event, a school event or a fundraiser. It'll have your face and contact information plastered all over it. Advertise on the local high school sports program or yearbook. They're always looking for people to spend money to support the school. Coordinate a community garage sale, talked about that. Host real estate related classes or seminars. You could, one of the example that I like to use is bring in a trust attorney. Have a class here in the office. Schedule for a specific day, market it to people. Say, hey, I'm gonna have a trust attorney here and to talk about what the benefits are of putting your property in the trust. And it's free. Just let me know you're coming and you're helping everybody. You're helping the attorney because you're bringing them business. They don't have to market it. You're helping the community because they're getting free advice up until a certain point, but something that's gonna benefit them. So it's a win-win situation. And then they're gonna thank you for it, for setting it all up. Blood drive, we had an agent that was doing 2 blood drives a year. Took a lot of his time though. Holidays, Easter egg hunt, meet Santa, things like that. You bring someone like this to the community for Easter, have someone in an Easter bunny costume, do an Easter egg hunt in the neighborhood. Families love this stuff. Meet Santa, you could bring Santa Claus, sit him in a chair in the middle of the park with a tract, and then have the kids come and take a picture with them. Parents love that because now they don't have to go to the mall. They, you know, take a picture with Santa there and it's free. So the 3 C's of real estate marketing: content. So you want to inform them, educate them, and update them. That's important. Call to action. Give them a reason to call. Contact me for a pre-CMA. Contact me for a copy of your grant deed. Contact me for to find out how much you're going to net at closing. Give them something. Give them a reason to call. Contact me for a market update. And then consistency. Stay in their face with print marketing, email marketing, social media marketing, community involvement, or a combination of any of these things. Right? The more you're out there, the more they're going to associate you with being the expert and the go-to person for real estate. Email marketing. We have Moxie Engage, Moxie Impress, Prospect Square. You can do MailChimp or Constant Contact. You can send out a monthly newsletter, but again, you have to get their email addresses. How do you do that? Do you knock on every door and ask them, hey, can I have your email address? Yeah, I mean, you're going to get them with contests, right? That's the only way I could think of. Or the call to action, where you give them something free, the CMA, the grant deed, whatever it is. You can email everything that we talked about on things to send out. You can send out via email as well. So now you're not just in their mailbox or their door, you're also in their email. Safety tips, interest rates, things like that. Drip campaigns. Do you guys know what a drip campaign is? A drip campaign is a set of emails that are set up to go out at a particular time. So let's say it's a set of emails that's going out to potential sellers. And once you initiate it, the first email goes out right away. And then the second one goes out in 7 days. And the third one goes out in another 7 days. And all you had to do is set them up one time and these emails just automatically sent. It looks like you were taking the time to send. That's what a drip campaign is. And we have drip campaigns set up within Prospect Square and Moxie Engage. And the drip campaigns there's one for home security tips. Once you add the client to that, it automatically sends them an email every so many days until, I don't know, seven emails, 10 emails, whatever it is. But it makes it look like you're doing it. You're saying, hey, that agent remembered me. That's cool, right? Energy saving tips, seller campaigns, buyer campaigns. Social media. We're gonna just whiz by this because we're gonna have Cecilia do a social media marketing class. So let's go through this. And then we kind of took up a little longer time, so I'm trying to get through this here. Generating leads. So you could do, remember we talked about the landing page, the evaluation, price evaluator through Cloud CMA, the lead generation tool. I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like again, but that's a way that you can generate more leads. You copy the link, paste it into Facebook, and then when someone clicks on it to find out how much their home's worth, that's a lead you didn't have to go out and get. They just clicked on it and came to you, right? To find out how much their home's worth. And that's what that page looks like. And then Core Fact. Core Fact is, and I want to show you guys what this is. This is a very powerful website tool that will print and mail postcards for you if you upload the mailing list, but it also creates a QR code for that specific property. And it makes a market update for that specific property when they scan the QR code, and it pulls them up, it pulls up a web page with your header, your contact information, and their home mapped on the map, and then all the comps, all the sales in that neighborhood. That's pretty cool. It creates one for each separate house. And I'll show you guys what that looks like, but anytime somebody scans the QR code, it notifies you, hey, this person scanned the QR code, and you know who they are because they have their own specific QR code. So now you can reach out to that person, say, hey, are you interested in selling your house? You know, or you just gonna refinance? What's going on? But you can reach out to them. And that's a very cool tool.
Is it paid?
Yes, it's paid. It costs about $1 per postcard to mail out, to print and mail, but it comes with the postcard, the mailing, the QR code, the free web landing page for each person, and then the back end control panel for you to log in to see when they scanned it, who scanned it, and so forth. It's really cool. I would send out maybe that once or twice a year. It makes it into your regular marketing. But I would definitely send that out once or twice a year because it's a little pricier. Or you can send it out to specific, maybe 100 people every couple months or something. Paid leads, you could sign up for paid leads. They're pretty expensive, but because you're not paying for print marketing, you're gonna spend all your money on Zillow or Truly or Realtor.com to send you leads. And these are usually gonna be buyer leads. And so you're gonna have to contact each of those companies on your own to find out what they charge, how it works. But how it works is they sell you leads by zip code. And if they have any available market share available in that zip code. And so they split up the zip code into separate, you know, someone buys 50% of the leads, they're gonna pay a lot of money. Someone might buy 10% of the leads or market share 20% and so forth. You might get 1 lead, you might get 10 leads, depending on how much you pay. But that's a way of doing it. They also show you, they assign a representative to you. And they teach you how to work their leads that they send. So that's worth it, I think. It's pretty cool that they show you how the system works, how to update the leads in the system, and how to follow up with the leads that they send you. So if you don't want to do any farming or marketing or knock on doors or pay for mailers or come up with content, you can go this route. It's an option.
But it's only for buyers, not listing.
Yes, mostly for buyers, yeah. Common mistakes to avoid is choosing a farm that's too large. Don't start with like 1,000 homes, 2,000 homes. Mistake is being inconsistent. So make sure that you're consistent with it, don't stop. Because usually homeowners are like, oh, here's another agent, they're gonna send out 3 flyers and then they're gonna quit. We're not gonna see them again. Lack of follow-up, if someone reaches out to you, follow up. And keep following up. And then not tracking the return on investment or adjusting it. If you're not getting anything out of a particular neighborhood, maybe try sending out a different message, maybe try a different approach. Just track where your leads are coming from. So final thoughts, real estate farming is a long-term strategy, right? You're not gonna get a call. Some people will get a call right away, but usually it takes a while before you get your first listing. Success comes from consistency and relationship building, so remember to build relationships along the way. Choose the right area, use the right tools, and stay the course. Okay. And some housekeeping. Any advertising or first point of contact, you must include your name, designation, like Realtor, DRE number, phone number, and name of responsible broker. It has to have all of this. And this includes but not limited to flyers, and flyers include like handouts, postcards, door hangers, stationery, business cards, print ads, and within that, magazines, newspapers, etc. Social media ads, electronic media such as internet websites, text messages, telephone calls, emails, all of this stuff. First point of contact, you should always have all of that information. They say even with text messages, if you're gonna reach out to someone for the first time via text, you should have all that in there.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Can you go back to the slide? Oh, okay, here. So when you post a social media posting, do I have to include that name, designation, DRE number, and everything on the
Yes.
post?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And then disclaimer, so if you're gonna send out a market update, you have to include the disclaimer, this disclaimer here. And say where you got, see this section in red, where you got the information, which is CRMLS, and then from what range, what date. So this information is provided from CRMLS from, let's say September 1st to September 31st of 2025, and then the rest of this information. And this says that you're just sharing the information, you may or may not have been the listing and or selling agent, so you're just providing the information. So this protects you from them trying to say, well, you said that you sold it. I never said I sold it. There's a disclaimer. Said I may or may not have sold it.
Fine print.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it protects you. So make sure that if you're gonna send a market update, you have this verbiage in there.
What's the font size on?
7 point, okay. See? And then dress for success. When you're, the examples I like to give is, when you're a chef, you have your little chef hat, your little white uniform, people know you're a chef. When you're a police officer, people know because you're just like a police officer. When you're a professional, you're dressed in a suit or a dress or something nice, whether you're an attorney, I don't know, a realtor, right? We want to be professional. And in other states, I think usually in the East Coast, attorneys are the realtors. They're doing all the contracts. So remember, you're doing contracts, you're doing the work that attorneys do in other states. So look a little professional when you're doing it. And go market yourself. Okay. So let me show you really quick what that core fact looks like. And you guys remember the lead, oh, this is Inside Tract. This is where you get the floor plan information. So once you go to insidetract.com, click on Orange County, and then begin my search. And then you can just get limited information. It tells you what each floor plan is and what's the street name? Okay, let's do that one, Shabbat. I think we did this before, I'm not sure. Tract name. Okay, so this is the tract. It's in Irvine, it's in West Park, and it tells me here which floor plans or models are available. But if I wanted the actual floor plans, I had to pay for this. Then I download all the floor plans, I study them, I become an expert. And now I know all the floor plans for that tract or that neighborhood that I'm going to market. The landing page for the lead generation, it's within Cloud CMA, and this is what it looks like. Click on landing page. You can copy this URL on top and then paste it into Facebook, and then people can just click on it and then type their address in here, and it'll send them a free CMA. But then you can create a real CMA, a cleaner, more accurate CMA, and email it to them directly. But at least you have their email address now. And then CoreFact, this is what the CoreFact website looks like. And if you go over here on the left, it's under mailers and newsletters. And then there's a section for, that's not it. Give me a second here. quarterly newsletters, I want mailers. Oh, it's under postcards, sorry about that. Under postcards, you have home estimate. So if you click on home estimate, it gives you different templates. Of home estimates, I guess. So like it shows, like these right here, these are pretty cool because on the flyer, it plots the property on the map. And for every home, it plots the property on the map, so it's personalized, right? And it creates a QR code for each individual property. And there's all these templates you can choose from. I'm sorry? Yeah, sure. And then once you select the front side, then you can select the back side. Mailing side. But let me show you the coolest thing about this is you're gonna go to my account and then no, not my orders. I want to go to contacts manager. I think that's the section. When somebody scans the QR code, it tells me here who scanned it, when they scanned it, and how many times they scanned it. And then it shows me, like, let's say this person scanned it 4 years ago. And I want to impersonate that person to see what they see. So when she scanned this is what it showed her. This is your property. This is how much it's worth. And this is actually a live link. So it has updated information. So like it tells you when these sold, these are just recent sales. But it shows the property on the map and it shows where those sales are around that property. And it has my contact information across the top. But when they scan it, this is what they see, but I get notified as the agent saying that this person just scanned a QR code. And I can log in to see if they scanned it more than once, when did they scan it? And this is real important because this lets you know that they might be interested in selling. But you get all of this, you get the printing of the postcard, they have the templates already set. They print the postcard, they mail the postcard, you get the QR code that's custom personalized for that particular address. And you get the landing page for each one of those properties for $1, a postcard. I don't know, to me, that's very impressive. Usually you have to pay for tracking certain QR codes. This one, it's included where when you scan it, you know exactly who scanned it. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
you're welcome. Any questions on Zoom? Anybody?
No, Carlos, that was good, refreshing.
Okay. All right. See you guys next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.